this is Jodi. This is a super exciting time with Stampin' Up! And I'm so excited to share a new catalog, a new promotion, and a new card kit with you today. So let's start first with the Occasions catalog. This is the new catalog Stampin' Up! Just put out. It went live today, January 3rd, and it goes through the end of May. So there's lots and lots in this catalog. One of the things that I love is just the variety. There is something for everyone in this catalog. And to be honest, I don't absolutely love every single thing. And I think that's a really great thing because not everybody has my taste. So I think this is really great because it will appeal to a variety of people. And don't get me wrong, I have plenty that I've already purchased as a demonstrator and plenty more on my wish list. So what I wanted to point out, I'm going to turn to, I guess you get more of a sneak peek than I even thought. Here, this is the suite I want to talk to you about in just a moment. But before I forget, I have to mention the promotion that started today. It starts today, like I said, goes through March 31st. Celebration is our annual promotion that gets you some free stuff, and it's really great. It's always popular. And there's a couple of options here. When you do a $50 order, you get to choose one of the items in this brochure for free, but there's a couple of items that are designated as free with a $100 purchase. And that's pretty cool because if you, in the past, if you've done a $100 order, you've gotten to choose two for $50 ranged items, which is great, but now they're giving you more options that are exclusive to that $100 level. And so you can take advantage of that, and they are designated. I'll turn to one that's in the back, like right here, the stamp set here. It's a 16-piece stamp set. And I'll be doing lots of videos over the next few months to show all of these awesome products. But that's what you'll want to look for to see whether it's a $50 or $100 level. There's also great benefits for hosting parties or placing an order of $250 or more. You get $25 extra in Stampin' Rewards. And then, of course, the best deal around is always to join Stampin' Up! I would love to have you be part of my team. When you do that during celebration, when you join my team, you get to choose $125 in products for only $99. Shipping is free, so you only pay tax with that. And then you get to choose 2 additional stamp sets, absolutely anything you want from the annual or occasions catalog. And that's up to $101 value, and that gets added to your kit free. So you end up with up to $226 for $99 plus tax. So best deal around. All right, let's get into what I want to share with you specifically today, and that is this Petal Passions suite. I absolutely love this suite. The features of it, the black and white, make it so versatile because you can add any pop of color. The possibilities are just endless. You can do black and white with any colors that you would like. And there's so much detail. The detail in this suite is just amazing. Let me pull in what's going to be the easiest way. Let me show you the papers first. These are the designer papers that are part of the suite. It's the Petal Passion Designer Series paper. And I'm just going to lift them up a little bit so that you can see each of them, 12 by 12, is a black and white pattern. You can see all the different ones here. And what's neat about, let's show you the polka dot one. Do you see how it's kind of, I think you can see it well, you can see how it's kind of faded in certain areas? These were all designed by doing like a watercolor wash, a hand-drawn watercolor wash. So look at the detail. Look at that little detail and shading. I'm going to show you just a little sneak peek of a totally different project in class that I'm doing with some Stampin' Blends, but this is right off of this sheet here. I don't know if I can find exactly where, but it comes right off of, I just cut a little square from this sheet, colored it in with my Stampin' Blends. It gives such vibrant color with the blends, and then that natural shading that's already part of the designer paper just makes this so easy to work with. So absolutely love this paper. I'm going to pull in the cards for my free card kit in the mail for this month for January 2018, and by doing that I'll show you some more of the details. So this is the first card. This is one of the thinlits here. And then I just added some of the white organza ribbon, a few rhinestones, This little piece you'll actually see again on one of the cards is part of the Thinlits, and I just cut the end straight here instead of that decorative end just to give it a little different look. And then down here, and you'll see it again on another card, is a little bit of embossed cardstock. Again, just added a lot of little details to these cards this month. So that's the first. Let me pull in the next one. Same color scheme, so again, black and white. And with this, I popped Sweet Sugar Plum on both of these cards. So let me pull this back in for a moment. Do you see on here this long stamp? What I did with that is I inked it up with black, and then I just stamped off a few times to get it to be this lighter shade that looks great behind those words. This, you can kind of see the detail down there, but you'll see it on another card in more detail. But again, just had it poking out the ends just to give a little more detail, some rhinestones on there. The next two cards, I used Daffodil Delight and a little bit of Old Olive as my third popping color. You can see I just took, that's the sheet right here, and I just took the Stampin' Blends and colored those flowers and leaves in, added some more of the white organza ribbon, another rhinestone, and then there's a piece back here that's part of the Thinlits. I'll pull these in. What's neat about these, so you've got, you know, the obvious ones here that will cut out the stamped image. So you can see this cuts that out. That's pretty straightforward. But what's also pretty cool are these pieces here that give you that extra detail, and that's what I've got on this one that I did in Daffodil Delight in the background. The next one I've also done with Daffodil Delight, colored with Stampin' Blends on the bird here. This is that better a better example of that embossing folder, a bigger space so you can see what it truly looks like. And of course, added some more rhinestones on that. So each of these have some designer paper and some rhinestones. Now, when you place a $40 minimum order on my website using the host code that you see on the screen, you are going to get the supplies to make these 4 cards for free. So you'll get a packet in the mail that will have all of the cardstock, the embellishments, everything pre-cut, ready to go for you. If you choose, remember that's with a $40 order, if you choose to bump it up to at least $50, you're going to get to choose something free out of the celebration brochure. And if you bump it up to at least $75, you are also going to get supplies to make this bonus card. And this is definitely my favorite. Now this one doesn't have designer paper. What I did was took one of the stamps, same thing I mentioned before, ink it up, stamp off several times to get a lighter image around the edges. This is that Thinlit, and I actually cut it out 2 times, once in black and once in Sweet Sugar Plum, just to give it a little more depth. Colored in these flowers with my Stampin' Blends. This is that other piece that this shows you, you can see under the ribbon there, the full piece, whereas on the other one I cut the edge. This is one of the metal embellishments. There's the little leaf here, and then there's also a flower that's part of that embellishment packet. So this is the bonus card for this month, and that you get supplies free with a $75 order. And just remember to use that host code that you see on my screen. And then how I do that is that you get a packet in the mail that's got all of these supplies, and then I email instructions, and it's got a photo of the card, step-by-step instructions. Now, if you would like to complete these cards exactly as shown, you will need to order the stamp set here, the Petal Palette. Now, they do offer it as a bundle with the Thinlits, and if you order that together, you're going to save 10%. So the wood mount and clear mount is shown right here. You can order just the stamp set. You could get the Thinlit separately, but the most economic way is to save 10% by purchasing the bundle. So there is that. Then you also need black Memento ink and Stampin' Blends. Now the colors you've probably heard me mention I used are Rich Razzleberry, Old Olive, and Daffodil Delight. There's a light and a dark shade in each of these, and you can order them as a combo pack so that you get both the light and the dark and just have one item number to enter. The adhesives that I used on this, in addition to just normal adhesive that you use to attach your layers, is the fine tip glue pen and of course Stampin' Dimensionals. The fine tip glue I used on these here and on this piece here that was cut out. So you need something that's going to allow you to get into small spaces like fine tip glue. You could also use Tombow glue and a sponge, whatever works, but just make sure you're prepared to glue down those smaller intricate layers. So go ahead and place your order by January 15th. Use that host code, and I can't wait to send you the supplies for this month's free card kit in the mail. For daily creative inspiration or to place an order, visit my blog. You can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram.